Hello children, I hope all of you are doing well. Today we will be doing chapter 8, the deserts. The desert region children. Now what do we find in desert? When we say desert, we always think about the sand. So what is there in a desert? Generally we find sand all over. Now let us see some pictures over here. This is a picture of an oasis. See, all this portion is totally sand and this is the sand dune. This visualize as a desert. Okay. Now let us see more about it, how a desert looks like. So the desert looks like this. And what kind of a vegetation do we have? These are the food grains which we get in a desert, that the millets, kinds of millets, and these are the trees which is also found in deserts. Okay, now let us start with the chapter deserts. The desert region. Wherever I ask you all to underline, please underline. A desert is a large area of land that has very little water and very few plants. A desert can be sandy, rocky, cold or hot. Desert get little or no rainfall. Now children, let us underline from here a desert till no rainfall. Okay? Most hot deserts are found between 15° north and 35° south of the equator. The Sahara and Kalahari Desert in Africa, the Great Victoria Desert in Australia, the Atacama in Patagonia Desert in South America, and Mexican Desert in Mexico, the Thar Desert in India, and the Great Basin Desert are some hot deserts of the world. Cold deserts. Cold deserts are regions which have warm summers but extreme cold winters and less rain or snow. Antarctica, Atacama in South America, Ladakh and Gobi Desert in Asia are few examples of cold desert areas. Now children, there are two kinds of deserts. One is the hot deserts and second is the cold deserts. Cold deserts are very cold. They are extremely cold. They are warm during summers but extremely cold during winters. It receives very less or rain or snowfall. Now this is the world map and here are the desert area which is colored in yellow. This is your Sahara Desert, Kalahari Desert. Here we have our Thar Desert and so on is all the deserts over here. Now let us see the climate of a desert. The deserts are characterized by extreme climatic conditions. The climate generally is hot and dry with sparse rain. Now sparse rain means children very little or no rain. Once again I will repeat, sparse rain means very little or no rain. Day temperatures in hot deserts are very high, particularly in the summer season. Desert regions are also prone to sandstorm. The way here we have storms, they have sandstorms because sand is everywhere and all around them. Okay? So what kind of a climate do they have? They have extreme climatic conditions. Okay, very hot and dry and with very little rainfall. And also they have sandstorms. Now let us see what we have over here. Gobi Desert is a cold desert in Asia. The climate here is cold because the region is located inland at an elevation. Vegetation and wildlife. The plants found in the deserts adapt to the dry and hot conditions. Cactus, acacia, thorny bushes and baobab are some plants found in the desert. Let us see the baobab. This is what it is, children. This is the tree, baobab. This is known as the baobab. This is hollow inside and which stores water. Okay. Oases are lined by the date palm. Now let us see the oasis. See, this is the oasis. And the civilization is around the oasis. Okay. Vegetation and wildlife. Okay. Apart from the camel, animals like foxes, moles, hyenas, snakes, scorpions, lizards and beetles can be seen in the desert. So these are the common names, but they can be very dangerous, and camel is known as the ship of the desert, children, because of its height, and it can store water in its hump for at least 10 days. Camels can survive in hot desert without eating and drinking water for 10 days. They all have special features that help them to survive the extreme desert condition. The camel, also known as the ship of the desert, can stay without food and water for long periods of time. Okay. As I had already told you that it can stay without food and water for at least 10 days. Okay. Life in a desert region. Now children, in a desert region we don't usually find lots of civilization over there, because due to the scarcity of the water, as water is less. Life in the desert is difficult due to the scarcity of water and extreme climatic conditions. Hence, deserts are the most sparsely populated areas in the world. People normally live in or near the oasis and move from one oasis to another. Animal herding is the main occupation of these nomadic tribes. Now, animal herding is the main occupation of these nomadic tribes. Nomadic means, in Hindi we say it Banjaras. Nomadic people go from one place to another in search of shelter and food. Okay. So nomadic tribes are also the same thing, that they go from one place to another place in search of food and shelter. And children, the civilization lives around or nearby the oasis because of the water scarcity. People there cultivate alfalfa, vegetables, dates, barley and rye. The most popular food crop is millet, and it is grown near water holes. Wheat and barley are grown near the oasis. Some deserts are rich in mineral deposits like petroleum and copper. Mining is an important occupation in such region. Petroleum deposits are found in Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq and the Sahara Desert. So what do we find over here? We find rich mineral deposits like petroleum and copper. Petroleum and copper. Mining is an important occupation. Besides Animal herding, mining is also an important occupation. Petroleum deposits are found in Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq and Sahara Desert. Okay. So let us sum up the desert region. What did we learn from the desert region? About the climate, which is extreme temperature, that is extremely hot during the day and it's cool during the nights. And in the cold desert, it is warm during summers and extremely cold during the winters. They get little rainfall or snowfall. Okay. Vegetation, scanty plants cover plants adapt to the desert conditions. Wildlife, camels, hyenas, ostriches, foxes, etc. life sparsely populated. That means it's not highly populated, it is rarely populated. Okay children, so we come to an end of this chapter. Thank you so much. Be safe, be good and thank you so much once again.